Na verdade, a gente quer atender todo mundo, mas não dá. Então, é por aí.
Definitely, the media at times is as much as they're a huge help. At times, if you don't control it, there could be a negative side to that too. But thank God I have my brother Shinzo, my brother Take, and my other brother Kenzo, and also my wife Fabiola, who helps control that. Because deep down inside, I'd like to be able to attend everybody and all the media, because I
Right.
don't. But unfortunately, too much of anything is bad, and if you get too caught up in the media, sometimes it does have a bearing on your training and other things.
Right. Okay. Great. Well, yeah, that was only a main question I had. I know my one of my trainers at my gym I go to at Team Oyama right now, Colin Oyama, went to go visit you guys a little back and a couple weeks back actually. He got some pictures with Lyoto and he learned some stuff from him. So I'm
Yeah.
happy about that. And
Yeah, Shane came in there to spar.
yeah, Shane De Rosario.
Yeah, Shane goes in there, and Lyoto sparred with them, and as a matter of fact, Shane's in there today sparring with Anderson.
Oh, great, nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate all you guys what you guys do, and tell Lyoto, that he's an inspiration, and I like his demeanor and thing. And outside the ring, he's always a really respectable man, and I wish him the best.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, thank you.
All right,
you guys,
see ya.
you guys, peace out.
All right, take care.
Bye bye.
All right, Ed, let me ask you here a couple things.
Okay.
Maybe you can bring us up to date or at least rule some things out. How about Big Nog? When can we see him throw down again?
That's a great.
Some people are talking about maybe now's the time to do it again with Mir, since he feels like, hey, I wasn't at 100%, and
I think that's the fight that needs to happen. I think Frank Mir versus Big Nog would be the fight, and I think that's a fight that would sell. I think that's a fight that the world wants to see, and I think it really kind of puts, because when you look at their records, they're pretty similar. I mean, they're coming off of I think out of their last 3 fights, they've won 1.
okay,
Right? Mir lost to Lesnar, then he beat Czech Congo,
Right.
then he lost to Carwin. Nogueira lost to Mir, beat Couture, and then lost to Velasquez. So their last 3 fights, they have similar records. I think, there's no doubt in my mind that anytime you see Nogueira fight, it's a fight. I believe in every one of his fights that he's fought in the UFC. I could be mistaken, but I believe he's either won fight of the night, knockout of the night, or submission of the night. Now, granted, unfortunately against Kane, his fight was the knockout of the night, but he wasn't the one that received the bonus. But just to go show you that there's always a good fight. It's always action-packed. Couture, he won fight of the night. I believe
Sylvia won submission of the night.
submission of the night. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, with Heath Herring, he might have won fight of the night because he came back from that brutal head kick and came back and dominated the fight. Like I said, I don't have that fresh in my head, but you always know that it's going to be an exciting fight in Mir, and I just think that there's a lot of build-up for that. There's a lot of controversy. Mir thinks that he could do it again. Nogueira doesn't, and I think that would be a big fight, and I think that could be a main event fight. I think that could headline a pay-per-view. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I like it, and I think now's the time to do it if they are going to do it. Mir talked about a possible 205, but as of late, his focus seems to be Lesnar. But, he needs to work his way back into contention, and I imagine he would want to have, if he's fighting, not only high-profile fights, but fights that mean, hey, look, a win or 2, and now I'm back in the mix.
Right. I agree. I think, they're, like I said, they're both coming off of their last 3 fights. They have similar records, and I think it would be, I mean, if I could be the matchmaker, that's the fight I'd like to see, you know what I mean?
It makes perfect sense right now.
How soon would he be ready?
Dude, we'd be I'm sure it would take 2 months to get him back into the shape that we'd like him to fight, but hopefully, I don't know, man, maybe all these guys there, wherever, man, send emails, send whatever, man, let's get that fight would be the,
And
let's
same
start
goes for
talking about
Lyoto, right? He could be ready in 8 weeks?
He could be ready in 8 weeks, man.
Okay, Little Nog, could he be ready in 8 weeks?
He could be ready in 8 weeks, man.
All right, so there's nothing holding back these guys other
No.
than just working out details
Yeah.
on who's next or
Yeah.
whatever. Jose Aldo, is it official yet with Gambiering? I'm seeing it on MMA Junkie, but I'm seeing the asterisks, which means hey, don't hold us to this, but
yeah, there's been nothing, there's no date or anything. I just know that his next fight is against. Well, they didn't say. They said it's potentially against Manny. I think it's going to be sometime in early fall. Sometime probably in September. As of right now, it seems like that's the guy that we're going to be, facing right now.
But can't confirm yet?
I can't confirm yet because they haven't officially told us anything yet. But I do believe that, from looking at everyone, I think it makes the most sense right now would probably be Manny. I mean, after the devastating knockout of Mike Brown, and and just he's been on a win streak. So I think if that's who they choose, I think it's well deserved.
Paulo Filho, is he fighting in Australia against Dennis King?
Yeah, he was fighting in Australia. But then I read yesterday on some other site that he's fighting in Montreal on the same date. So I don't know if maybe.
Who is Dennis?
Yeah, that's what I hear. But I heard. From right now, Paulo Filho is fighting in Australia against Dennis King. That's what we were told when we did the deal.
And the Lombard fight did not happen. Had nothing to do with him having his demons again. It was strictly visa issues.
It was strictly visa issues. That's all it was.
Now I've been to Brazil before, and I feel that I've seen what is required to get a visa to enter Brazil. Is there anything how complicated does it get? I doubt that Bjorn said, "Hey, come here tomorrow." They probably had weeks to plan. Did someone drop the ball, or?
I could tell you that it was. I don't want to point any fingers. You know what I mean? The truth of the matter is that the stuff didn't get done in time, and that's really what happened. Unfortunately, they were supposed to fight first, and then he wasn't able to get his visa. We weren't able to get the appointment to get the visa, and then what ended up happening is they tried to rush it to have the fight 2 or 3 weeks later. And when they went in to the consulate, not all the paperwork was there properly, and they denied him the work visa. The work visa to come in and fight. So that's what the problem was. So we've never had that problem with him before, as far as with the visa. So, he'll be back to fight again.
Mario Miranda, I know you told me he's in town in Los Angeles training with you guys, and I've been hearing some good things about this guy. What about him? Does he have a fight coming up soon?
No fights. No fight yet. No fight yet. We don't have any fight coming up for him right now.
I wouldn't want to play poker against you, Ed, because you hold your cards too close to your chest.
And I don't even know how to play poker.
I'm trying to get a read here. I think on a couple goes,
There's a couple smiles. Did you notice?
I think he kind of knows some things and he just can't say. But I really highly doubt that all these guys don't have something lined up. One of them's got something, and I'll see if I can extract it. We're almost here to the end. Pedro Hizzo sat here next to me and stated his dreams to still eventually get back to the UFC. Dana White happened to be on the show later on. He thought, wow, I don't know, man. Pedro's suffered some knockouts, and it's not like Dana follows his every fight. Because I was actually in Brazil when he beat Jeff Monson. Right. And that's a credible win to Pedro. Right. You look at Pedro's record, and he's done some good stuff. And like I was telling John earlier, you're inviting Henzo back, you're inviting Coleman back, you're inviting Trigg back. It seems like they're giving guys second runs, third runs, last runs, whatever you want to call them. Right. And I'm wondering, could Pedro be part of something like this, or has that already been shut down or nixed?
No.